slick nets, cults, laser beams, and building material. We got your hot takes here. Welcome back to another episode of Stay on Target. This is the penultimate episode, episode 11, called Daughters of Ferrix. I'm your host, Dustin. With me, as always,
Interrupting.
my friend, Nick.
That's me.
And next to him,
You had to have the mustache.
I know,
my
right?
great buddy, Matt.
Also, your brother-in-law.
Yeah, true.
That did be
Facts.
Let's leave with that one next time.
And my true brother, Dan.
That's right.
The one flying the ship.
I'm flying the ship.
Also, apparently we're one person. Maybe we should say that. That
We
was
should.
hilarious.
we tend to show up at the same places at the same time.
It's so
confusing many a person.
Yeah.
It's so good, though.
It's
I
very
still
fun.
can't tell them apart.
Me neither. I look at the
just-
mirror and I say, am I Dan?
Dan, when did you get here? Now you're mimicking me. Oh, I see what's going on here.
It's a confusing world we live in, but
Yeah.
I'm excited to talk about Andor tonight and do it with all you fellas.
It's going to be great. All you fellas and
Make sure you're
second
talking.
me.
Make sure you're talking to your mic.
Okay.
I am.
Otherwise, I'll pull this bus around.
Pull this bus around.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Getting threats already from the bus driver. More like the Holcraft? That's what it's called?
Holcraft. Yeah.
A Holcraft. What he's flying?
What are you talking
The
about?
ship. The
The
ship
ship.
from the episode.
Is that what it's called?
It's called the Holcraft. They said it like
They-
8 times.
Did they?
You need subtitles.
Are you talking about Luthen ship?
Don't give any non-spoilers.
I don't know.
Yes, it is Luthen's ship.
'Cause I
That is
was
not a
like-
spoiler because he's
Yeah.
been in that many
Yeah,
times.
we've already seen it.
And Andor actually says the name of the ship earlier.
Holcraft. I
Andor,
didn't realize what that was. I didn't realize that's what it was called. I'm okay.
See if I just stay quiet, he'll hang himself.
Wow.
Wow.
Not literally.
Not literally.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, right.
I don't like torture as much as Matt does.
Right.
this is
You
the
guys put me
non-spoiler
on the-
section.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Wow.
All right, let's get into this.
Just
We got a lot to
derailed.
get into. We have a little bit of time. Little bit of time. So we're going to get right into this. Non-spoilers. Episode 11. The penultimate episode. I just like to say that. Episode. Penultimate. Do you like to say that?
Penultimate.
Penultimate.
Quick question from the front of the bus. Why do you keep saying penultimate?
Yeah, I'm not
Because
sure.
that means it's the episode
It's the
right
one
before the
leading up
last.
to the last.
Unsaid.
Or is the penultimate the last episode?
No,
The
that's
pinnacle
last
would be the
episode.
top. So is
The
penultimate?
peak, even.
Oh no! Now we need the fact checker.
Yeah.
Double check.
Penultimate.
I
What
don't
does it
know.
mean, fact checker?
I like big
Wrong
words,
time.
but sometimes they confuse me.
This episode brought to you by
Yeah.
the Oxford Dictionary.
No, Matt's dictionary.
Matt's dictionary.
Matt's Dictionary.
Is this going to be in there?
Coming out.
Snarly?
It is now.
It is now.
What's the second word?
It's this.
Second word.
Penultimate.
Penultimate.
Sure.
It means second,
Second to last.
It
Second
does.
to last.
Okay, it is
Yeah.
correct. I thought I was
I
saying
thought-
it wrong the whole time.
Yeah. I thought
you're
it was
right.
like being the best at writing your name or something. Penultimate.
That's calligraphy ultimate.
Yeah. Calligraphy.
Yeah.
Calligrapher.
So are we for sure there's 12 episodes this season?
Yes.
Yeah,
sure,
All
for
right.
sure.
So
I'm
that's-
going off what you guys are telling me.
Yeah. He can't count.
Oh man.
Well, it was a good way to end up this penultimate episode, I'd say.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's do some pros and cons. Non-spoiler edition. Generically speaking, I'd say this episode was super. I wouldn't say it's as good as last episode, last week's, but there was moments in this one again where I was just like, yes.
Yeah.
There was a specific moment in this one that I was like,
I want more.
I was cheering and I wanted more.
more.
Yeah, and it felt so much like the
OG
original
Star Wars.
trilogy. Yeah, the original trilogy with like a different spin on it.
Yeah.
But
spin.
spin.
Like what you did
there.
This is not spoilers, Dustin.
Sorry, I didn't spoil it. Oh. Wow, that was
gave me a
startling.
heart
Sorry, I
attack.
get violent sometimes. Only on
Hang
the weekends.
himself.
Only in the non-spoiler section.
It's not
Wow.
the
It's not the weekend.
It's not the weekend.
I'm
Oh,
breaking
boy.
my head.
All right, what pros? Let's go to some pros. Non-spoiler pros.
It continues the story. Doesn't go backwards.
Or does it?
No, it doesn't.
Does anyone
It's
go
not as
backwards?
good. Like you said, it's not as good as the last episode, but it's progressing the story. It's telling a story.
Vague description.
Vague descriptions. Exposition.
Exposition. No, they don't do that, thankfully. I
Yeah.
appreciate the fact that they
Yeah.
don't just exposition dump on your face.
Exactly.
All right, Matt,
Poop.
what did you think? Pros. Give me one.
Give
One
him
solid
pros.
pro.
A little bit of a fight scene in there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yepic.
Non-spoilers, man.
Hush, Nick.
Non-spoilers.
Yeah, that was good.
But,
I did enjoy
I
that.
mean, yeah. Like they said, it wasn't quite as good as the last episode, but it was still solid.
It was.
Right.
Still good.
You still want
And I
more
enjoyed it.
at the end of
So-
it.
Yeah, I think something we keep saying, all of us, at the end of every episode when we watch it, we're like, is that it?
Yeah.
You know, they're
Is that
45
it?
minutes or roughly around that time.
Doesn't
some are
feel like
longer,
it.
but it doesn't feel like it. It feels
Yeah.
like you want more. You're like, I'm ready to go on the next episode, which is a good
You want to
Sign.
binge.
And I was 10 minutes late, so
Yeah.
missed even more.
Yeah, he did.
more.
He only got like half an hour or something.
So he really did want more.
Yeah. Dan, what'd you think? Give us a pro of this
Yeah.
episode.
I was shocked that it was over as quickly as it was, but
Yeah.
I liked where they took us. And I would say from a non-spoiler view, we saw a lot of characters in this one from this story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it does feel like, they're like, oh, what about this person? We haven't seen this person in a while. And now all roads lead to episode 12. And so you can tell that they're starting to bring things together to wrap up this season by reminding you of various storylines and people and characters.
Yeah.
And continuing where they left off at episode 10, which was probably the best episode of the season, to be
Yes.
honest.
Yeah.
So
Definitely agree with you there. They're kind of putting the pieces back together, like you said, at least starting to, so that we can get to the ultimate episode, the finale of this episode.
Yeah.
I do other pros I'd say of this episode were CGI was fantastic.
Mhm.
Again, I loved how they shot a lot of stuff. It reminded me a lot of Rogue One. That's what I've really liked about this series is
Throughout. Yeah.
throughout, even in this episode though, there was scenes and stuff that looked like Rogue One, and it feels cohesive. Like if we were to watch this and immediately go into Rogue One,
Mhm.
I feel like it's gonna line up perfectly. Even the
Right.
graphics, for like a TV show, usually it's not going to be as good as a movie.
Yeah.
But in this show, I feel like they're on
knocking
par.
it out of the
Yeah,
park.
super good. I wanted to see more of that, which is
Yeah.
surprising. A lot of time when you see like CGI, a lot of CGI or something
like,
like that, you're like,
"Ugh."
yeah. But this stuff is crisp. I guess
Crisp.
That's one of the best words I can describe it as.
It is
It's crisp.
high def.
It looks good. So I think that was a
They
pro.
actually filmed it in space. That's the secret.
Right? That is, it's
It's
real.
practical. Everything is
Everything's
practical.
it did look really good. The
Yeah.
CG in this episode and in this whole show, other than maybe one or two parts, doesn't take me out. It's so good. Again, film quality, the
yeah.
props, the sets, maybe they're using green screen or the, extended background stuff they did in Mandalorian, but I cannot tell for the life of me. It looks like a lot of on location. Like the location they were at for
Right.
part of it today was like, that's
Where
a
is
pretty
that?
amazing Star Warsy feeling place.
Yeah.
Right. No, completely agree. Yeah, and the locations we're going to, we go to a lot of locations still. I love that fact, which it keeps it interesting that they're going different places. And the emotional range, I guess you could say, in these episodes is fantastic. I mean, it's adult. It's not really for kids in a lot of ways.
Absolutely not.
But it's like, I don't know, some things just hit you harder in this
Mhm.
show than they have in other Star Wars. They're not relying on nostalgia
yeah.
for this. They're relying on
telling a story.
telling a good story,
A good
solid
story.
story with good emotional weight behind everything.
Yeah.
The decisions feel real.
Right? They
Um,
have weight to them.
yeah. And especially in this especially I love punctuations. Especially in this episode, though, there was definitely some heavy hitting stuff. And again, it leaves you wanting to see that finale. I'm just wondering where they're going to go. But let's hit some cons real fast before we move on, if there are any. I don't really have much.
I can't think of anything.
Can you guys think of any
Right now.
cons?
Nope.
Too short.
Not enough action.
Too short of an episode.
Not really, but felt too short.
Yeah.
It was a perfect length because they're giving us episode 12, so it's a setup for 12.
Right.
Honestly, it just feels like a long movie at this point.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Like they could make it into a movie, and I wouldn't be mad.
It's 12-hour movie.
Yeah, basically. It's
But it'd be
12 hours.
great. Like, why don't they do that?
I just feel like
movies.
they've set it up so well that if they asked, and like if they got big actors joining this, show, they could ask. They've dealt with every actor, every character that was important in such a good way that I feel like for season 2 they could ask some other big name actors to show up in this and be like, yeah, we'll bring you in for a really cool
Cameo.
3-episode arc.
Right.
They're literally just walking by, kind of like Sam Witwer in The Mandalorian. He's just in the background.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've just treated
He's in
everybody
this too.
so well. Yeah. Andy Serkis, they've
Or no,
treated.
not the Mandalorian. Boba Fett.
I'm trying to think who else other than Andy Serkis, bigger actors, but that's a pretty big name. Saw Gerrera's character.
Yeah, Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
Force. Yeah, man.
I mean,
Stellan.
Stellan Skarsgård, yeah.
He's
Andor.
Man, he is just.
Who else is
He
there?
nails everything. This show, I don't think
Yeah.
this show works without Stellan
Yeah.
Skarsgård. I don't know who could pull this off as well
Right.
as him. It kind of is
Yeah.
his show in a lot of ways. I mean, Andor is the catalyst, but I'd say a lot of what we're seeing is Luthen.
Like, nobody's storyline
He's
feels
the
like it's
father of the
been
rebellion.
nobody's storyline feels like it's been dropped on the curb.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
They've built everybody's storyline up, and it just keeps going up and up and up and more complicated, and they're handling it so
And
well.
convoluted.
And I think convoluted. This episode, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't this episode literally touch, or we see every important character of the entire season in this
Yeah.
episode?
Well, I mean, technically, we don't see one.
correct.
But,
true, but it touches upon every character.
Every
I mean,
single
not
character.
spoilers.
I can't think of a single one that we didn't see that
Right.
hasn't already, like the people that ended at Aldani or whatever. You know what I
Right.
mean? There's just,
No,
I don't know. They're juggling it so well.
They are. They're handling each character with care and precision
And finesse.
and finesse, and they're making it interwoven in a way that makes sense, and you don't lose it. Because I mean, really, if you think about like Mon Mothma's aspect and then like Andor, there's not, but it's because they tie together through other means that you're still intrigued. And that one, I guess, Mon Mothma in some ways you could say is a bit nostalgia, but at the same time,
Yeah, but see, I don't think they're really
I
playing
don't
off
think they're
of it.
leaning on it.
No.
I just think if you had to make an argument about any nostalgia in this, I think
It's her.
It would be her in a lot of ways. But actually, that kind of brings me to one slight negative. I don't know if it's a negative yet, but the only thing I'd say is I feel like Mon Mothma becomes the leader of the rebellion.
The face of the
rebellion,
face, if you will.
Yeah, but she's in charge. So
Yeah.
the only thing I'll
can
say
see it.
is I don't feel like they're really showing her that a strong, intelligent side of her so far. I feel
Right.
like most of this is just a lot of reacting. I mean, I know she's doing stuff, but the way they're portraying her in this show, it doesn't feel like. It feels like she's just more scared than anything. I guess you could say.
Well, she's got to
And it could be character, yeah, and that's fine. And maybe
Yeah.
that's all it is. I might be jumping the gun on this a little bit, but maybe they're waiting for season 2 or even the
Yeah.
end of this
Yeah.
show to really pick that up. But I'll just say right now, I'm ready for her to step into that role
Yeah.
of strength.
Same as Cassian.
Yeah.
Cassian's kind of things happen to him, versus he's happening to things.
He's happening to things.
You
What's
know,
happening to me?
But I feel
Cassian
like
Andor.
that's because those
Right.
are actually the two most important characters in the series. So they have to give them growth. They have
Yeah.
to start them off, even though it's basically the entire first season and things are still happening to them and they're still kind of weak.
Yeah.
I think ultimately, like you guys, like we're surmising as they move forward into season 2, you're going to see them emerge as like super leaders, but it's because we saw all this backstory, all this depth of sadness
Right,
and
and the hardships.
And the heartache.
unbelievable hardships for Andor and Mothma and all these people. Saw, maybe
Yeah.
Luthen.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, all the
Yeah.
main characters. It's like
That was good.
no wonder they are the way that they are. It gives so much more depth to the characters
Yeah.
when you see them moving forward.
And this is prequels done right. The show is prequels done right.
Yep.
It gives you more information that you didn't know you wanted or needed.
Answers
you didn't
questions that I
necessarily
didn't know
need
I
it.
needed to ask.
Right.
Yeah.
But the way they're handling it, everything makes sense. It's
Yeah.
not out of line, and it it makes gives the characters more depth.
Yep.
In a way that feels natural.
It follows the lore.
Yeah, it
if
follows
you
the
will.
lore. It's not taking away from those characters moving forward. It's actually adding to those characters.
Right.
And it gives you more. So then when you see them again, you're like, oh man, I know so much more about you and I can understand your decision-making process now and what you've been through. So that is fascinating.
That actually makes sense.
It actually makes sense. Well, I think that pretty much wraps it up for the non-spoilers list. You guys have anything else before we move on?
Nope.
Nope.
Good.
All right, it's a good episode. I say it's still a fantastic episode. There's definitely scenes in this where I'm like ready to let's get going.
Yeah.
Let's get going.
And
next episode's gonna be great.
I think people are gonna enjoy it. Stop sleeping on this show. A lot of people are sleeping on this show. I mean, not you can sleep on it if you want. I know why people are sleeping on it. It's because
of the
they've
bad
been
taste.
burned. But I'll say this show is worth watching. It
is.
Some people say it's boring or stuff like that. I'm like, this show is not boring.
How can you say it's boring?
I could see maybe in the first two, there wasn't a lot of momentum, but it definitely picked up in the third episode, and it captivates you in a different way. It's not just like dumb Star Wars. Not that Star Wars is dumb, but there have been dumb Star Wars in the past that doesn't have intelligent people writing it.
I can think of one good example.
Yeah, I can think of a few.
It's a different flavor of Star Wars, so you have to like the slow burn espionage spy story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and but who doesn't like Mission Impossible?
Of Star Wars.
It's got action embedded, but Mission Impossible is a lot of people talking around in secrets and circles, and I don't know what they're saying, but it must be important. So.
Yeah, and it's like it's definitely like that, and that's what keeps the forward momentum going. It's more of an intelligent Star Wars.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I think we're gonna move on here to a quick meme of the week.
Meme of the week.
Baby.
Meme
ready
of
for the meme?
the week.
We are ready for that meme, baby.
Last time they couldn't hear us, but now they can hear us.
They can hear us.
Oh, you can hear us this time. This is the meme of the week.
There you go.
May the force be with you, angry face. This is the way, angry face. On program!
On program! Get moving.
I love this meme.
It's
in
great.
so many ways. Because he doesn't care about anything. Which actually highlights the fact that a lot of people are... This has become a lot of people's favorite Star Wars. This show. I know I've heard from different places that this show is now higher up even than some people with The Mandalorian. Stuff like that because of how well it's been done.
Right.
I don't know if I go that far necessarily yet. I want to see how this wraps up. I think the last episode is really going to give me...
I hope it's great.
Yes.
Lots of action.
Lots of action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he likes the action.
Yeah, I think we're going to get action. I think we're going to get intrigue. We're going to get sadness. We're going to get bricks.
happiness.
Right.
I'm gonna feel all the emotions.
We're going to get more torture, man.
More torture. He's become torture man.
You know,
Torture,
Well,
man.
yeah.
is what it is.
You know? I like
That's
torture.
like we all got a role to play.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, yeah, that's a fantastic meme, though. I love that one.
Right.
Now, anybody who sees Andy Serkis is going to yell at him on program, and he's going to have to do that every time. He's going to yell at other people in the street on program, and then everybody's going to have to do it.
He's going to do it.
Ready?
Oh, my
On
God.
program! Nobody's there with me. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Hasn't caught on yet.
I did not relay that well.
We're not that meta.
We went on that.
Oh, man.
You're fired.
You fired.
All right,
gonna
we
be
got a quick ad for you type thing, and we'll be back in a sec.
Yeah.
Watch this. Laserbrain Gaming! Laserbrain Gaming! Laserbrain Gaming! Laserbrain Gaming! Laserbrain Gaming! Superfluous buns! You thought I was going to say Laserbrain Gaming, didn't you? I almost did. Laserbrain Gaming! We'll see you next time on Laserbrain Gaming! You guys want to say anything else before we leave? Any words of wisdom, Matt?
No, not in particular.
Round is a shape.
And that'll do it.
Interesting fact. Do you know why they said be there or be square?
Why?
Because if you weren't there, you weren't around.
Ah!
Circles!
It's a conspiracy, I tell you! Yeah, Laserbrain Gaming. Go check it out. We got a new channel. I just
New logo.
New logo, new channel, and we got new episodes dropping hopefully soon.
You better be dropping those episodes.
I'll be dropping
soon,
those
Dustin.
like bombs in the toilet.
Dropping shortcakes.
It should be out by Christmas, right?
By Christmas, yes.
By
It'll be a Christmas miracle.
There's our deadline.
There's our deadline, Christmas.
There's
You will
some
see it.
familiar faces. It'll be a fun channel. But that's what a fun thing to
through the
watch.
house.
Right now we got this amazing show to analyze. And
Yeah.
it's pretty epic.
Not a creature was stirring, except for Dan and Dustin. They were working viciously on those new videos.
New videos.
Gotta get it done.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Videos take a long time,
Yeah.
especially when you don't know what the heck you're doing.
And you have kids.
Yes, true. All right, let's get into the spoiler section
Spoiler.
of this week's episode.
Things on the back
Daughters
of
of Ferrix. If you haven't seen it,
Daughter.
of.
It's singular.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I'll take that. All right. Daughter of Ferrix.
Yeah.
All right. If you haven't seen the episode,
Get out of here.
get out of here,
Get
and then come back when you have
outta
seen it.
Yeah.
And if you haven't already, like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your enemies. Tell your frenemies. We'd love to have you all here.
Y'all.
It's fun. It's a good time.
That's where a southern accent comes out.
Y'all.
And if you want to listen, don't forget to check out the podcast. It's on
Yes.
Apple Podcasts and all the other places.
It's actually a better place to listen.
It's fun to listen
You don't
to.
have to look at our faces.
Yeah, it might be better. That's
Show
why we-
hose, Matt.
That's why we get more hits on that.
I don't know about that. This
Got
is
it.
getting pretty good. People have been watching it
Nailed
more
it.
and more, but the audio is pretty darn good too.
Is
Yeah.
there a podcast that's called Poodcast?
That would make
Podcast?
perfect sense.
Is it for on the toilet
Look it
listening?
it's for.
Oh
it's
my
like
gosh.
our.
It's literally like 10 minutes.
Dude.
10-minute episodes.
Oh, what if? What
It's like after this episode, you have to get up and leave if you have done your business.
Is there like music for people that like
Are
have
pooping?
trouble going pooping? You know how there's like music.
like
that helps you
everybody
fall
poops
asleep?
the album?
How is this
Yeah,
turned
like
into
is there
this?
like
I don't know. Why are we
something
talking
that
about
helps
this?
you like
Nobody knows.
relax you so you can drop?
Yeah, it's
some
called
depth charges?
laxative.
Oh, it's not really music.
We'll call it laxative.
Maybe
for
you're onto
ears.
something there, Dustin.
Yeah,
Maybe
we're
you're
gonna have to
onto
make
something.
that.
Ear lax.
This music will help you go number 2. It's like
You count down from the top 10 to number 2.
10, 9,
No, you know what I'm saying? Like
2. Go
this
2.
week's top 20.
Right.
Number 20.
Right.
You go all the way down
Number
to number
20.
2.
It's literally like sounds that induce pooping.
it's got the brown sound.
Yeah. It had to end with the brown sound.
It would. Oh my goodness.
man.
That is hilarious. Wow. We definitely just stumbled onto that.
We have such good
Well,
ideas.
Matt's got to have his
What is it
dictionary,
I-
Dustin's brown sound, count top 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What is it I always say, Dan? The stuff writes itself.
The stuff writes itself.
We need a shirt that says this
Yeah.
stuff writes itself.
The stuff
That
writes
would be
itself.
awesome.
All
All right, on to the
Don't
spoiler
take it.
section. We got to get through this, buddy boys.
Buddy boy. Well, Marva's dead.
Boom.
Oh, wow.
Hey, you
Yeah.
said spoilers.
No. You're right.
And she gone.
And we gave the people extra time. Of course,
Yeah.
the people
Yeah.
that hadn't seen it yet were watching and watching because it was still funny. And then Nick just goes, boom!
And then they're just like,
He
eh.
just smacked him upside the head.
Oh,
They're like, I should have got out of here while I had a chance.
that made him poop.
Well, it's not like they weren't.
They're just like, oh.
That literally made somebody poop
Oh
their
my
pants.
Oh,
They're like,
man.
yeah, it's great. Oh,
Now we need to record a reaction of us reacting to us. And one of us
Product
is
guaranteed
pooping.
to work.
Yeah.
It practically writes itself.
It does write
Writes
itself.
No, yeah. That was a. It's not like they weren't
It was a
alluding to
bombshell.
it. It
Yeah.
wasn't like like
Literally-
where that came out of left
Literally,
field.
you guys sent me the name of the episode, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, Marva's dead.
Yeah.
And she literally died before the episode even, before anything.
Right.
We don't see her die.
I feel like there was kind of a con that
James Caan?
Yep. They
Caan
could
from
have
Star Trek?
given us one more moment with her. Maybe
Con
one
Air?
more moment, or maybe I'm guessing there's a recorded moment on BMO
Yeah.
or what's his name?
2B,
Larry.
or wait, B2 emo.
B2 emo.
B2 emo, yeah.
I'm guessing that maybe there's a recorded something
This
on
is
there.
after
for
she's
I
dead.
hope so.
He's
That's a
gonna
good
be
point. I
too
never
emo.
even thought of that.
I don't
Because I was
know.
like, that seemed like such a lame way to have her go out.
Either that or fake death.
I was kind of hoping she was going to go out in like a
If
blaze
it
of
died,
glory,
I
like
think
fighting the Empire, with Andor or
That's
something.
what
she
I'm
did.
saying.
But she
might
probably
not be
did
dead.
record a message for Andor. I would
Yeah.
assume you're probably right. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. That's why
Jeez.
he's leading the boat. What is this? The whole crap.
It's a ship. It's a bus.
It's a bus.
Space bus.
Space bus. That's been tricked out, yo.
Tricked out. We're part
Actually-
of Space Force, actually.
Got
Space
subs
Force.
for days.
Subs.
Got them woofers in the back.
Woofers in the back.
All right, let's keep spoiling this episode. What else
Whooper.
happens? Get to it. Matt.
What else does
Well,
happen?
we
lot.
saw them climbing on
Forgot
that really
everything.
cool craggy planet.
Craggy.
Yeah, I forget the name of that.
It's
planet.
called Cragland.
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 That was
the
I
planet.
just wherever they filmed
No, it's
that, it did
Narkina
not
5.
look like a
Oh,
green
Narkina
screen.
5.
They were like hanging on the side of that cliff. It looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did they shoot this at?
I don't know.
Does
Yeah,
anybody know?
that was
Fact checker!
But
Wow.
I like that planet. It was kind of you're like, is it cold? But apparently it's not because they're barefoot.
Yeah, I think
Right.
it was. I think it was
pretty
a
warm.
nice summer breeze.
It
It just looked cold.
It was. Yeah,
Most
I
of it
think
was in the UK.
UK.
Scotland and
Yeah.
England. That would
Yeah,
make
that
sense.
makes sense. The Cliffs of Dover.
The cliffs of Dover.
could have been.
That's in Scotland and UK. It could be the Cliffs of Dover.
Where is it then? Fact checker.
UK. It's in England.
Is it in England? The cliffs of Dover.
Okay.
Wow.
You said UK.
Fact checker
so.
is getting sassy over there.
Sassy
about
pants. She's
locations.
fired.
She's
Again.
fired again.
But what you guys were talking about the that like netting thing. What
Yeah,
the heck
the
was
All
that?
the
That's what
slick nets.
in the cold open we talk about the slick nets. It wasn't the fact that they were just nets. Like I was like, oh, that was cool. You know, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
but they were slimy.
they were so slimy afterwards. I was like, what is this?
What's that made out of? Touch.
What'd you think about that, Matt?
Yeah, you like the slick nets.
I think he missed that part.
Why do you do that?
I don't think I was here.
I did that one 100%.
Yeah, he wasn't here. He
missed
just
that
I
part.
don't think I
he
was
missed that
there
part.
yet.
about that.
I was with
How do you
him
like those
first.
slick nets, Matt? We know you like slimy things.
I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it was slimy. They were slimy.
it was gross. I just
must
thought
have
it was
been
it was an
slimy.
interesting touch.
They
It could have
needed-
just been regular nets, but they were like
Touch.
super greasy. Probably for like actual fish or whatever actually they're looking
Yeah.
for.
Maybe that's why it was
Fish
slimy. 'cause
guts.
It had
yeah
fish slime on
enzymes
it.
or whatever.
Yeah.
It looked like
Preserve
something that
them.
would have come from that one Mandalorian episode with the shoot when
The
they
frog
had the
lady.
Yeah,
frog lady and what was those? What are those people called?
Oh shoot, what are
The-
their names?
The
Quarrens.
Quarrens? Quarrens.
Quarrens.
I think they're
with all the
Quarrens.
fish and the slime.
yeah,
and
they
the
have like
whatever.
the octopus looking face or the squid
Yeah.
face. I
Yeah.
think they're called Quarrens, are they?
I don't know.
Something.
Where they rebuilt his ship or put it back together with
Yeah.
a bunch of that slimo stuff.
Right,
Slimo.
yeah.
That's it. It reminded me of that aesthetic.
Yeah, that was interesting. I like the fact that we saw some aliens, and they did those aliens really well.
Yeah.
Again,
What
they
were they
look,
called again?
They're
Uh,
very alien-like.
they were Carinians or
Viridian?
Caredians.
Caridians?
It almost sounds like Carillions, but it's
Caridian.
Caridian.
And it sounded like Simon Pegg's
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah, we're still
but
not
I
sure who
don't
that
think-
was.
I don't think it was.
It was. It probably wasn't, but it did for a second there.
Because Simon Pegg's the ultimate voiceover. It was probably Sam Witwer.
It probably was. He's
Yeah.
uncredited with a lot of stuff.
It's Sam Witwer imitating
He plays all
Simon
the,
Pegg.
Which,
all the
as an
Sand
alien.
Troopers.
yeah, he plays the Sand Troopers.
Yeah.
Well, he did in this.
He did
yeah.
the voice.
He did the voice.
of the Sand Troopers.
It's just funny. I mean, the thing about he is somebody that could be in charge of more at Star Wars.
He needs to be Star Killer. They need to make.
They
live
do. I know
action
that's the thing that
adaptation
irritates
of
me
that.
sometimes about him always being in some like side
Please.
thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
he is a lead
He has
actor.
chops, man.
Yeah, he is a lead actor. You put him in a lead. You give him a movie.
You give him a movie. You kiss her on the mouth.
Name that movie reference if
Yeah.
you get it.
I can't.
If you get it, you get a Wookiee cookie. They're not
Oh.
real, but you get to say you got one.
Yeah, it's a rare thing.
Yeah.
We
All right,
were
what else
familiar.
happens in this?
All right, there's a
episode?
lot. Cults. There was
There is a cult.
Well, they got
We
off the
actually
planet. They went back. He got his dough. That was cool.
yeah. The
Yeah,
overall
guys,
theme of this
yeah.
episode, though, for the most part, was just sad. I would say
was.
It was just kind of.
There was
Lost.
heaviness going on.
It was kind of depressing.
Crippling
It was
depression.
definitely the like cold reality set in
Yeah.
this episode.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of. I mean, other than the fact that they escaped and actually got away, and I like the fact that those aliens hated the Empire so much
Yeah,
that they
they
let
let
them
him
go
go.
away, which made
Caught
sense.
him in
they
the nets,
flew
and they're
him
like,
to-
Yeah, you're good. Let him go.
Yeah,
They flew him to that planet,
Yeah.
right? Dropped him
they-
off.
They,
I can't remember what the planet's name is.
Probably
to
because-
Naemos.
Tunaemos.
I'm sure he was like, I got tons of cash. I'll pay you
Yeah.
once you drop us off. Once they realized they weren't going to kill him because they both hated the Empire.
Right. And he got his money back and his blasters. Man, that
And
blaster
didn't have
is
to
so
pay
cool.
nothing.
Where did he get the second blaster from?
Remember, he killed the guard.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yep.
in the beginning.
I just have expected to see a couple more people escaping. Like maybe
Right.
in their
Right.
climbing, they were going to run across another band of people.
That's
And
what
they
I'm
were all
saying,
going to go
like-
together, and then they were going to form the rebellion.
or they were going to
Yeah.
show him get captured.
yeah.
The other ones,
And they had to
and they
f-
got
had to
away
save 'em.
somehow.
And
Or-
maybe that's what
Go
Melshi's
back
going
and
back
save
to do. Maybe Melshi's going to go back and get him, and he's going to help bolster the rebellion's military force.
Yeah.
Right. Melshi's an interesting character. I'm glad they added him because he wasn't like a huge character in Rogue One.
Right, but he's still
but
there.
He's still there, so I like that it kind of gives some
It's a good-
depth to his character, and it's fun to see him in Rogue One now.
It's a good cameo.
Yeah, and he
I
has
like
some,
that. Continuations.
Yeah, and he has some really good insights to things in this episode, even still, and previous.
Yeah.
He was kind of another one of the catalysts, and they kind of formed a nice, strong bond between Andor and him. 'Cause they had similar motives, and even that kind of speech thing he gave at the end, I really liked.
Yeah.
He's like, people
Like,
have to know.
Have
and
to know about this.
Yeah, it was so good. I really liked that. And,
It
and
was.
even the way you could tell they were like buds because they were like, yeah, bring it in, boy.
Yeah, bro.
No,
Let's escape prison together, yo.
And all Andor really needed
I just want
was
to
a
thank you,
hug.
yo.
That was-
Andor really needed a win.
He needed
this
a hug,
episode.
dude. That was sad.
It was.
Can you imagine finding out that way too? Like not even
No.
knowing, you know?
Hey, your mom did.
Hey,
Well,
your moms, you did?
She did.
The
Yeah,
episode
she
before
did.
he lost Kino, although they didn't really. it
Yeah,
wasn't
but
that
he
close.
knows.
Well, yeah,
Did?
that's still. Well, I was going to touch on that right before we went to the video, but
But we can go to it later.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
yeah.
We'll circle back.
Yeah.
We'll
circle back.
Septagon back.
Oh.
Heptagon. We
Sep
learned
and Hep are the same thing.
Septagon and Heptagon are the same thing, as far
Yeah.
as we could tell.
But there were tears.
According to the interwebs in my dictionary.
Yep. a Sheptagon.
Have you named your dictionary? Matt's dictionary.
Yep.
Nah.
Dictionary spelled wrong.
That's how you know it's a trustworthy source.
Matt's even spelled
Matt
wrong.
spelled
It's only
wrong.
got one T.
And without
Matt-
the H.
Matt's
Matt, you.
Matt, you.
everything's
Dictionary.
spelled incorrectly, but it's still a
It's not
dictionary.
even an apostrophe S. It's just Matt you. Matt you dictionary.
In stores near you.
In
Or
store
yes-
near you.
Daughter of Ferrex.
Daughter of Ferrex.
Not daughters.
Thank you.
I guess the way I see it is just because you can't spell a word right doesn't mean you have no grammar skills.
Exactly. Why use lot word when few do trick?
That's it. No, I was going to say Mon Mothma was feeling the weight.
Ooh, man, that was...
They expanded on that because
Yeah.
was it last episode we ended with Davos or Devos or
yeah,
Diva?
Davos.
Davos, right? And that proposition,
Oh, shoot, what was this?
What was his last name?
Davos.
Yeah.
the slum lord, the crime lord
Yeah,
guy.
he's like,
Something
yo,
Davos. I
marry
think Davos
off-
is his last name. I forget his
Marry
first
off
name.
your daughter to my
Yeah,
son,
that was...
and
I
I'll
think
give you
that's...
the money.
Isn't that the way that she's leaning? She's basically
She has
admitting to
There's nothing
Yeah.
else she can do.
she's in trouble because she needs the cash.
Yeah, I think... Well, but at the same time, it was weird because it was like she leaned into it. Her daughter was like leaning into like the whole cult aspect, but I think Mon Mothma in some ways was so fine with it because it's... I don't know, but it was hard to tell. Was she making this happen? Mon Mothma?
Making what happen?
Like, you know how they were doing that whole... It was like
No, it
basically-
was her. It was her daughter.
It was her daughter.
her daughter
But
wanted to do
it
it.
kind of was working out in Mon Mothma's favor because it was more like the tradition. Like
Tradition?
Chandrillan, like traditions and stuff like that.
It's
So
tradition.
maybe she wants it.
Yeah, so... Davos Skolden. Okay. thank you.
Scolding.
Skolden.
Who dat?
He'd be
He's always-
scolding.
he'd be
people.
Yeah, he's
Scolding
always
people.
scolding people.
Scolding Mon Mothma
Yeah. oof.
about her single 14-year-old daughter not being married off
13.
yet. 13, whatever. I
Well,
don't
I
know.
know.
Isn't
she's
that what
gonna
she
turn
said?
14.
She Mon Mothma said they were like 14, 15, 16 when they got married
Yeah.
or betrothed or
One of
whatever that
those.
situation
Which
is.
is
What a
obviously-
life. I don't
Yeah,
want.
dude.
It's like British royalty back
Yeah, it is.
800
Right.
years ago. It's like, oh, you're 9. Well, you're betrothed to the king of whatever,
That's
who's like
disgusting.
72.
Right.
And when
Oof.
you be,
It's
you
to
know,
form an alliance. Don't
right.
forget it.
It's all political.
Huge
plots.
I don't care if you're unhappy. We need this alliance.
and
Right.
therefore, all the countries fell apart. So I don't
Right.
think it works.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes being like royalty or like wealthy in that regard is not necessarily a good thing.
Yeah,
You
being
don't
married
have
off
freedom in a lot of
That'd be
ways.
great.
But yeah, I mean, but Vel was saying that she. What just happened to you guys?
We read Matt's dictionary.
That's page 2.
No, that's the sound of what Bix was hearing. No, it was,
we gotta make
it was
a
Matt's.
video.
It was Mac's dictionary.
Yeah.
They were playing.
Right back
Open
to the
it up.
torture.
Oh,
Page
please no,
1.
please
Page
no.
1.
Snarly.
Snarly.
She's like, "Ah!" We gotta make a video like that and just put in random sounds. That like this is probably what she heard.
No, it just overlay our dumb dialogue.
Yeah.
We'd probably be the only ones
Right.
that could
She's
get
just
away with that.
listening.
Yeah.
Welcome to Stay on Target.
Wow, those people are twisted.
Oh, man.
my goodness.
She'd be getting scolded.
Scolding.
Yeah. Wow. That got dark again. Yeah. Sad episode.
Sad.
Where were we?
We were crying.
Marrying her off. It was interesting with that traditions and stuff like that, and how
Yeah.
her daughter was kind of getting more into it than, and how Vel was saying, "Can't you put a stop to this? Can't you like change things?" And she's like, "Basically, I would, but in some ways, it was working out in her favor." Is kind of what I got out of it. That she was kind of okay with it.
She's like, I
now,
gotta do this.
Yeah, I found a solution, and she was basically crying, which was good acting. I did
Oh, yeah.
appreciate
Yes.
the acting there. That was some
The heaviness of it all.
Yes.
Was hitting her.
And I think Matt's totally fine with it because he didn't like her anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
Mon Mothma doesn't even like her own daughter. I mean,
Nobody likes
she's
That's what I
okay
mean.
with it. I
It's
don't know.
sad.
I don't know why you're crying. Did you cut onions?
It's
Like, what are you doing?
the director right next
Well,
to her.
it's
Right.
It shows the
Director's
depth of Mon Mothma because she's sad that her daughter she has to marry off because she's got to do it for the rebellion to keep
Then
herself.
think of the relief. She won't be in the house anymore.
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Less
All the
mouths
parents can
to
attest to
feed.
that, right? Am I
Wow.
right?
No, you're not
Yes.
right.
Well, they're not the right age yet.
Right.
Until they're teenagers.
Okay.
You'll be like, yeah, they
Wait
need to
till they're
leave.
brats.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Kicking
Wow.
them out before 18.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah. No. Let's keep moving.
What else?
Let's
What?
get to the big stuff.
Big
baby.
stuff. What big stuff?
well, we
Big
liked
stuff.
that was all
Bix.
the big stuff.
Well, we
Go ahead,
saw
dude.
everybody. We saw Cyril talk to that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was,
That was hilarious.
Yeah. It was.
And then
Pretty
when she woke him up, that was one
Yeah,
of
it's
the
like,
funniest parts.
Call for you. And he's just like,
voice.
Just the delivery,
he was just like, I'm so
She-
done right now.
dude. She should get an Academy Award.
I'm not
The
kidding. Like,
mom
if you
of-
take any of those scenes with them too and just put laugh tracks to it, it's a sitcom.
It is.
It literally is.
it's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
They did that so
Phone.
well.
Call for you.
Or I'll just clap.
Yeah. it's us on the left. Yes, Tuscan Raiders.
I guess
I was thinking seals, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
even
what I
better.
Yeah.
Cyril is just a mess. But
Yeah.
like you can't help but look away from or watch his train come across.
And what a bold choice for such a serious episode.
Serialist.
Serialist. No, a serious show. You know,
Yeah.
everything for the most part is serious.
If that doesn't tell him how well they've conditioned us, every time Cyril comes on the screen, we're like,
The Serial
Like,
Card
well,
Show.
everybody's in tears from people dying, and Mon Mothma's sad about her daughter getting married away.
Everything.
Cyril comes over like, yes,
Right? It's like Seinfeld
And he's like
music
the bad
plays.
guy. No, that's
It's
his
like-
mom.
he's
That's
like
when his
Kramer.
mom walks
Yep,
in. Is like,
yep.
She's the Kramer, and he's walking in. He's like,
she is.
Jerry.
it's like Cyril, and then the guy that Cyril was talking to was like George Costanza.
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Talking about.
I love
don't
the little
know.
hand motion he gives to his mom whenever she.
Yeah, she's sitting right there. He's like, go.
Yeah.
That I
I
could
don't
watch.
know.
Honestly, I could watch a whole season of just them.
Yeah, yeah. Like
It being a sitcom.
the Cyril Karn show.
You
Yeah.
could do a sitcom in Star Wars. That's
You
what
could.
we've always been saying. Do
Yeah.
a sitcom in Star Wars. It could totally work.
It could.
And that's proof.
It'd be hilarious.
That's proof
too.
that it could work.
Because I'm sure nobody would like it, but a select few people.
No,
Well, yeah.
if
Who
you make
actually
it
enjoy
funny
comedy.
enough, if you make it funny enough in the Star Wars, it will.
Dude, imagine
be
a show
amazing.
like
no joke.
The Office, but it's Star Wars.
Yes.
Yeah. Or Parks and Rec,
Yes.
but it's Star Wars.
Oh, that would be
You
hilarious.
great.
totally can do it.
You could.
Yeah.
And you tie it into like main events, and they
Right.
end up on like the Death Star, something like that.
Yep.
That would be so awesome. They could pull it off. Disney,
We got to do this.
Lucasfilm. You heard it here first.
Hey, if you guys don't do it, somebody else is going
yeah, we'll do it.
We'll do it.
That's our
Real
impas
bad.
too. We got to do that too.
Impa. Yeah.
All right, we got some comments here. Danny boy,
We got
can you read those
Carla
off?
said, good evening. And
Good
then,
evening.
And then we got Duke here who said, do you think Cyril is going to join the ISB finally or die going bonkers? LOL. Both good questions.
He's going rogue
Thanks for
right now.
joining in, dude.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a Patrick Star.
That's gonna sound terrible.
What in
No,
the world?
He's got a Patrick Star profile thing, so
Nice.
it's all good.
It's
He knows
valid.
us.
We're
You
on
know
the,
him.
we're on the same page.
We gotta
Yeah.
trust him. He's a duke.
Yeah, but no, going back to Cyril Karn, he's going rogue right now. He's gonna go meet that dude.
He stole his mom's credit card.
He did. He's like a teenager.
How does he not have any
He's an
money?
angsty teenager.
He doesn't
He's
do
been
anything
working.
and works.
Yeah, well, like what?
He should have lots of money. Why does he have to take his
He didn't
mom's?
want to
Yeah,
use
I
it.
I don't
Do you
get
think he's gonna join the ISB?
He got demoted.
that's a good question.
Demotion.
What was the question? The question was if he will join the ISB or die. Is that what it was?
Do you think
Yeah.
Cyril's
Or go
going to join the
crazy.
ISB finally, or
I think
die
he's gonna
going
go.
bonkers?
I think he's
I
gonna
like
go
the
nuts.
word bonkers that he
I
used.
think
bonkers.
both those things are going to
baby.
happen.
Yeah.
I think he's going to go bonkers. I don't think he's going to die. I think he's going to survive and then somehow eke into the ISB.
Yeah.
With some weird twisted way. Maybe. I don't know. That's one theory I have. I actually don't want him to die, I think, but
Yeah. Or
maybe
he's
he
just gonna
deserves
end up
to die.
in prison because Deidre's not having any of it.
her prison.
She'll be like,
Warrants out.
wow.
Yes.
Yeah. She'll be like, okay, that's it. You're going to prison. He's like, oh, I just want to close
Restraining
you.
orders are gonna be.
Yeah.
No, his
Held
prison is
against
just
him.
going
Put
back
you in a
home to-
cage. Your cage.
his prison is just going home to his mom.
Right. Yeah. He's like, no.
He's in prison.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
what's
man.
our
Oh, can you imagine if whenever Deidre and him get together that she's gonna have to meet his mom?
Oh my. Oh no. Oh, it's
just
gonna be a
thought
train
about
wreck.
cue the
Oh,
laugh track?
dude, yeah,
Right? Deidre walks
seriously.
in the room. She's like, "Oh, what is this food?"
Right.
She's like, "Have some
You
cereal."
eat this.
Dude.
He's like, no.
I think,
Trying to be all cool.
dude, man, I don't know. That's a tough question though. We got to answer it though. What do you guys think? I'm
I don't
thinking
think
at
he's
this
gonna
point,
join the
I think
ISB.
he'll join. I think he's gonna join the rebellion. No, I think he's gonna definitely.
Something's gonna happen.
I think he's joining the
way.
ISB, but it would be an interesting twist if they did go. He would join the rebellion. for
See,
some
no,
reason.
I think he's too much of a loose cannon now, and they don't want him,
Well, he keeps trying to prove himself, and I think this final act, or
which is gonna
something-
push him to go crazy, and then he's gonna end up in prison
maybe.
because he's just gonna go over the top,
I
and then
don't
he's
know.
gonna join the rebellion.
What a twist would it be if they actually ended up having him join the rebellion? Like he
Yeah.
realizes that
He realizes
crazy.
he was lied to about the empire.
But I don't know. He's so about that though. That regiment,
I don't
all
know.
that stuff.
Maybe he gets
It's just,
a nice hit to the head.
yeah. I don't know.
I
All
never
right,
knew
let's go
somebody
down
could
line.
forget
All
so
right,
much so quickly without a severe blow to the head.
I love that. All right, you know what? Just play it safe. I'm gonna say he joins ISB. What do you think?
Yeah, no, he's gonna go nuts. He's gonna end up in prison or part of the rebellion somehow. I'd lean more towards prison. What do you think, Matt? Strike a pose.
I had zero thoughts on this, but we'll just go with the ISB.
You have a thought.
outnumbered.
Matt just wants to see him get together with Deidre.
Yeah,
That's
he's
all
shipping
We
it
all
hard.
we all love a good love story.
Torture.
Love
Great
torture.
love story.
I
He's
no,
in
I think
prison.
I think he's
They're
going
moving.
to. I think he's going to join the ISB
It's
Yeah,
so
while
wrong.
continuing to go bonkers.
yeah. The weird thing though,
He's
is
not
this-
going to work in the ISB. What happens if the Andor saga is over with? What does he get? What is it left to do?
Exactly. He's
Go
gonna go
bonkers.
nuts. He's
Yeah.
gonna go bonkers.
Yeah.
the Cyril Karn saga.
Yeah.
I don't know. That is a tough call, Duke. And Duke
Serial
also said,
carnage.
first time stopping by, your channel just popped in my recommendations. Happy to find you guys.
Oh
yeah,
man,
sweet.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Thanks for the
taking
recommendation.
chance. Yeah,
Thanks,
we
Mitch.
appreciate it, dude.
Double thumbs up.
Double thumbs up. Double. If you can't tell, Matt doesn't say much.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Saying quite a bit.
He just strikes poses.
That's why it's ironic that he has the dictionary.
Right? Yeah.
So
But I
Yeah.
A
love it.
lot of blank pages.
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
I just like
a lot
the-
of coloring book.
I li- That's all it is. There's actually no words in it.
Right. You make up your own words. There you go.
It just has blank
Color in the
lines.
Right.
And
Color
then you
in
get
the
to the end
lines.
and it's just like that movie Kung Fu Panda. You are the there's no
Yeah, right.
special
There's just a
sauce.
mirror. It's like,
You are the dictionary. Oh my goodness! Wow, that's meta.
oh boy.
No, I just like the fact that we don't know with Cyril. Like, there's not
Yeah.
like a clear indication.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's fascinating to me.
he's
in a
one
lot
of the most
ways.
convoluted characters in
He's
this
very
show.
convoluted.
You think Deidre's gonna kill him?
Convoluted.
I could see
She could
Deidre
kill him.
killing him. I could see
Yeah.
the ISB leader killing him.
Yep.
I could see
Be a lot.
Deidre's helper killing him. I could see
I can
Cyril's
see his
mom
mother killing him. Yeah.
I could see Cassian.
Smothering
You
him
took
with a
my
pillow.
card.
yeah.
Cassian should kill him
Ooh,
probably.
oh. He had his chances before. He didn't.
I could see Bix killing him. I
Or
could
maybe
see
he catches
you know.
up to him and they have a really deep conversation and he convinces him to join the rebellion.
I
Join
could.
the light
Yeah, Luthen
side.
could kill him. He's kind of just a
Yeah,
wild
and then,
card.
No. He convinces him to join and then he just blasts him right there.
He's like, okay, I'll join you.
Yeah, and he's like,
Wrong answer.
oh, wait, you said
Oh,
you were
no,
going to
he
join?
said- All right, that's on me.
Oh, that's on. I'm sorry.
My bad.
My condolences.
It's
Oh
just,
my goodness.
he's
Make
just
sure
one of
to
those characters that like
tell Deidre.
nobody could have predicted
Tell Deidre.
the scenes that we got with Cyril. I don't think anybody could have predicted what we've gotten with
No.
him and his mom. It's like, what is this in Star Wars?
Well, and he's
I
so
love it,
he's
though.
So
so
good.
gawky though.
Yeah.
That it's just like I don't
That's
think
a
we've ever
nice
seen this
dictionary
before.
word.
Gawky.
Yeah, you haven't. That's why it is like a sitcom in
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it's such a bold
great.
move, but it works.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing. You wouldn't
Yeah.
if you were to pitch that idea to me.
Okay,
I'd
there's
be
this
like,
gawky guy, right?
Yeah.
They'd be like,
I'd be like,
in
what?
Star Wars?
Are you talking the same show where like
Right.
people are dying left and right
Yeah.
and it's
Oh yeah,
really
dude,
depressing?
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be the comedy relief,
How does that fit?
right?
You know, that's how I'd think. I'd be
Well,
like,
I'll
what?
tell you what, he's got an overbearing mother.
Be like, are we in the
He
same
eats
show?
cereal,
He literally eats cereal, and his name is Cyril Karn.
right?
Yes.
What?
And he's in love. He's like a stalker.
Right? He's got a stalking problem.
Yeah.
He is every teenage boy.
And then Duke said,
kinda is.
love it so far. Impressed and enjoy the direction it's going. Yeah.
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 Oh,
Excited to
gosh.
hear all your thoughts and predictions. Yeah.
It's so good.
Definitely, man.
It's
One of the best
there's-
shows
this-
they've made in a
There's
while.
a lot of intrigue going into next week's
Duke.
episode.
Oh, Duke. He's
Yeah,
still
we're
talking.
glad you're enjoying it. All right, one last thing before we got to get moving here.
You gotta wrap it up.
But
Move.
the last thing I want to touch upon really is the fact that that space battle sequence was epic.
oh yeah, it was great.
Did it not remind you of the original trilogy? Whenever
Yeah.
he's trying to hurry up and he's playing it off like
Mhm.
fly casual, you know, but
Right.
he's like trying to
I don't know.
give excuses
Fly
while he's
casual.
charging everything up.
Yeah.
One man
that was-
show.
That was an awesome sequence.
Yep.
Was
What did
pretty
you guys
sick
think
nasty.
about that?
No, yeah, I would agree. It was akin to the original trilogy.
And I love the way he got away.
Yeah.
Also, the tractor beam technology at this time
Yeah,
frame, I
that's the
think, is
first
not
time-
as good as
No.
later on.
And that's the first time we've ever seen one of those Star Destroyers.
yeah, that was a totally new ship.
Yeah.
It was.
I think it was before they figured out how to
Condensed stuff.
integrate it into an actual Star Destroyer.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it was. Oh, fact checkers fact checking us. Oh, that
ship was in
that ship was
Solo?
in Solo.
the ship was in
Was
Solo.
it
Wow.
though? Yeah, it was.
I do
might
feel
have
like there's
been.
some Solo
Sometimes
influence
I think
in
she
this.
lies to us.
I'm fine with that.
Even those aliens kind of remind me of Solo,
Yeah,
or
said nothing.
it's the same time.
Don't worry about
Well,
it,
similar
Justin.
time. Similar time.
Similar time frame.
Similar.
Yeah,
It is. It's really similar time frame.
It's almost lining up.
But he
Could
just
you imagine Han Solo showing up
Dude,
and
I
Chewie?
can't actually.
That'd
But that would be
weird.
interesting. If
That'd
they
be
were like
kinda cool.
flew by or like something,
Right.
a small little nod.
That
I don't
one
think they're gonna
meme
do
is
that
like,
though.
the two people driving by and the other one's like,
Yeah, it's just them like they pass
just
Andor
flying
and
by,
they're like,
like-
what in the heck?
Right.
That would be funny.
it's after they just completed the Kessel Run.
Yeah,
Where
like
you
dead in
going?
space.
Yeah.
It was called a Cantwell-class arrestor cruiser.
Cantwell
class
arrestor
arrestor
cruiser.
Well,
Wow, nice.
it
That's why we have the fact checker.
I
can't
spec-
well
yeah.
arrest anybody.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I
because
love
they-
the shot though when they went to that commander on that command deck,
Yeah.
like right at the beginning. Like that is such
Mhm.
a cool shot.
Yeah,
He's like, it's the typical Star Wars like boss. Like he's so in control of the situation. It's like
Arrogantly.
tractor beam. We're gonna board him. The guy's like,
Yep.
it's just a Hullcraft or what'd you call Hullcraft or whatever.
yeah. Hullcraft's the name of the ship.
It's like, it's just Hullcraft. What's he gonna do? Yada yada. And then he
Right.
drops that like reverse chaff stuff. And
Those
Oh,
dude, they're like space caltrops.
it had the
Yeah.
epicness of like Top Gun Maverick flying around. You know what I mean?
Right?
Well,
It's like the
yeah,
stuff that he pulled.
the interesting things in even in
yeah.
lore
Yeah.
and some of the expanded universe, there is a sequence where Luke Skywalker has to get out of a tractor beam, and this is after episode 6 even. This is in Thrawn, and it's a real fascinating scene, and even how Thrawn deals with the people who fail him type thing.
Mhm.
I like how they did that, and it felt similar to that, so it felt original trilogy. And I feel like they almost took some inspiration from that. It doesn't happen exactly the same way,
Mhm.
but it's similar enough that I was like, oh, that is a cool
Yeah,
nod.
that's
If
a callback.
If they are calling that back,
Yeah.
they did a fantastic job. But yeah, I love how his ship is so tricked out. That's what it reminded me. That's why it reminded me so much of the original trilogy with Han Solo. You know, it's because that's what they were
Got a
saying. They were
little
like, just a
trick up
whole
his sleeve.
craft,
Yeah.
but it's like blowing them apart. Like
Yeah.
this is a
Yeah.
tricked out ride, and that's awesome.
It's
So
a prime rebellion, like the
Yeah.
the rebel ship, the
It's a sleeper.
the Ghost,
Yeah.
you know,
the
all that
Ghost.
stuff. It's like their MO.
Yeah,
so
which is
maybe
perfect.
Luthen invented it.
Yeah, it's perfect though, and well, he's got the money and the resources to do it.
Yeah.
And that's why I felt like
Tricked it
his
out.
was so much cooler because like he had automated cannons, everything's automated on his.
Yeah.
Whereas on like the Millennium Falcon,
That's
it's,
true.
it's like they actually got to do a lot of stuff.
It's a little more broken down.
Yeah, it's like definitely the junk, but it
Right.
gets them through. So that was
Yeah.
fascinating. And what you guys think about the whole laser thing where you did the spin? I didn't.
I thought it was a little impractical.
Right.
Yeah.
The timing would have to be perfect.
Right.
It was kind of like for a cinematic effect, I would say.
I think that shot was more. I didn't
It was
absolutely
like
love that.
Just eye candy to look
It
at.
still was cool. The only thing
Yeah.
I was thinking about was like, if that's a laser beam, that's just going
It's
to
just
continue
going.
on space. And I'm like,
Exactly.
Wait, come to-
somebody else is like,
like
That's- have you
literally
guys seen
just
that
see a planet,
before?
it's like bzzz, just cut in half. You're like,
it's
wait, what?
it's the same
Aw.
beam they use in episode 8.
Have you guys
Oh my
have you guys ever seen that technique before?
What
Spinning technique?
Yeah, with the laser.
Try spinning. That's a neat trick.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
No, I
The laser
it's in the
beams.
Lego movie, the Lego show.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah. I
it's
haven't seen
something
that show
very
yet.
similar. Yes, yes. There's
Oh,
there's a
dude.
tech. They spin with like lasers. I was like, I've seen this before, and I'm just
That's
remembering
funny.
it. I'll have to pull it up next time.
I think the only thing that needed to happen with that, if you're going to like deploy that method, you need
Yeah.
to be spinning a lot faster, so you're guaranteed not to miss.
Yeah.
Like a
Because-
helicopter.
Yeah, because
Like
it
a
felt like he
helicopter.
was just moving too slowly,
Yeah.
and it just conveniently hit them.
Yeah.
Like you could have.
Like I said, it was more of just a
eye candy.
cinematic.
It was more of
shot.
like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a cool idea.
oh,
Let's
that's
do that.
cool.
Which it wasn't
And
bad.
you're
I'm
like,
not saying
never
it's bad.
uses it again.
Yeah, but he just destroyed them. I mean,
See, why?
everything.
If he's gonna do that, why not use it on the ship and just cut it apart?
He ain't even get hit once. It's probably not
Right.
strong
You know, like,
enough.
why
do
Not
you- why
strong
would you
enough,
leave it?
though.
They did that in the Lego Freemakers.
Oh
Yeah,
wow! We need
exactly.
to watch the Lego Freemakers, man.
You gotta be
Yeah.
thinking with your mind.
Yeah, Nick's all
Not
over
your
it.
eyeballs.
Work smarter, not harder.
Or twice as line.
Set up. Oh my gosh, that was good. I love a good callback.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was epic. I'd say that was one of my favorite parts of the whole show was that it like dialogue back and forth and then the outcome of it. And then you leave off on a real sad spot, which gets us to the next episode.
Melshi and him split up.
Yeah, Melshi and him split up,
Well,
man.
Andor found out about
Good
Marva.
acting, too.
Everybody else knew about it except for
Yes.
Andor.
Yeah.
Good depth there with Andor and how he had to play it cool, but also was like you could tell he was breaking on the inside. That is tough to act that
Well,
out.
because he's alone again.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Also,
Alone.
what are the odds?
Alone.
Or is it after the funeral? Or is it's like it's before the funeral?
Yeah.
So he
I
calls.
think he's
like,
gonna go back to Ferrix and
Yeah.
just wreck
Yeah.
shop.
The
I think
timing
he's
of
gonna
that is
I think
quite
everything's
perfect.
going to land on the funeral. I mean, the
Yep.
last episode is the funeral, and I think I'm hoping in some ways is I hope they don't just play it off like this last episode just ends up being a trailer
Cliffhanger.
for season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping they do something big and epic that like really gets us like excited for season 2. Not
Gets
like,
us
oh, we have to
going.
wait until
Right.
season 2.
Like it ends with Cyril proposing to Deidre.
While everything's blowing
Oh
up in the
my
background.
Wow.
Yes,
And his proposal gift is Andor to her.
Right.
that's. He's like, "Will you accept me into the ISB?"
Yeah.
No,
He's
it's
like, "I do."
I
it's
do.
actually the
Great.
brick.
Legally, we're married.
It's the
Right.
Legally, we're married.
legally remember. No, it's the brick. He hands her the
the brick.
of Andor's
Oh.
mother.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
That is dark. I'm sorry.
That is very dark.
Wow.
Yeah.
You need to
You just went straight
leave.
to the dark.
Yeah. Like 1 second predictions. Next episode. What do you think's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Go.
Like I already said, he's gonna go back to Ferrix and just wreck
Wreck
the,
shop.
Yeah.
or the headquarters that's there. He's gonna save Bix,
Right.
and they're gonna start the rebellion.
Right.
That was a solid.
What do you
10
think?
seconds.
What do you think,
What
Matt?
do I think?
Predictions.
Funeral.
Funeral.
You
That's it.
you're
The
not
whole
wrong.
episode.
You said 1 second.
They're actually gonna show the whole
I
said
process
1 minute, but
of
Yeah.
her being.
Well,
or did I
burst
say 1
into a
second?
brick.
I think you
You
said
said
1
1
I think I
second.
said 1 second. Sorry.
And I'm sticking to it.
All right, Dan. What do you
Funeral.
think? Predictions.
I
Other
think
than
it's-
funeral.
I think it's going to be a funeral. I think there's going to be some
Wedding.
wedding
Cake.
bells ringing.
Some proposals.
No.
Drinks all around.
Drinks
I
all
love
around.
weddings.
Weddings. I love weddings.
I think there's going to
Yeah,
be
that movie reference.
an uprising from the citizens because they're already mad. They have a list of grievances. I think they're going to
Yep.
finally fight back
Yep.
and help Andor and Bix get away
And that's going to be the dawn of the rebellion.
and take out
Yeah.
Deidre. You know, I don't think Luthen or Mon Mothma. I think their arcs are pretty much done for
They
this
gotta
you're
do
gonna
season.
something.
you're gonna take
they
out.
gotta do
You
something.
think they're gonna take out Deidre?
No,
Oh,
No,
I
I
thought
just
that's
no.
what
I
you
mean, no, I don't think so. But I think her and Cyril. I think Cyril's going to help save her, maybe.
Cyril's gonna be laying the moves on thick.
And,
Wow.
so that'll help him. That'll help.
Do you think Cyril's going to Ferrex right now?
Yeah. 100%.
Well, if Cyril knows, but nobody else knows, I mean, they're
With his
already
mommy's
watching.
card, too.
With his mommy's card.
Well, everybody's expecting
his mom's gonna
Andor
follow
to
him
show
there.
up. You know what? You know what it reminds me
Grab
of
him
is
by the
Robin
ear.
Hood.
Yeah.
You've seen Robin Hood.
Yes.
It feels like a Robin Hood
Which version?
setup.
Right.
We're like, we know he's going to come out of the woodworks with his merry band of merry men.
His Marva men.
It's Marvin
Mine?
men.
Yeah.
You know,
Mine?
I think so.
Lance?
So that's what it reminds me of.
No,
Everybody there is going to be in a cloak, but everybody is there for a nefarious
And
purpose.
They're all wearing the V faces from V for Vendetta.
Wow, we've gone.
Well,
off
wait
on
a second. What's going on here?
That's what I picture's happening. So
I
Goes
picture-
into a
you-
modern day
You're almost thinking like Tales
England.
of the Jedi with Ahsoka in that Padme's funeral type thing.
Yeah.
very similar.
Like secretly there.
It could be like that. Yeah,
and then they're
definitely.
going to find him out and be like, oh, hey, he's here. And then they're all going to fight.
The problem is it's hard to predict what's going to happen. Like there's a lot. Everything's coming together, but we're not exactly sure what the outcome's going to be. Which is obviously he lives.
I just had a
No, he's a
thought.
clone, remember?
Oh yeah.
I never
Right.
watched the show, but there was that Game of Thrones episode that I know everybody talked about. It was like the Red Wedding. Remember that? And the season
Yeah.
ended and everybody died. Like
Or they
everybody
slaughtered
died.
everybody.
Oh,
So
I
I
don't
was
know.
like,
I've never
Wow.
seen
it's the
Is it
ugly,
gonna be that?
It's
It
the
could be
ugly
that.
funeral, and all of a sudden everybody dies. Like
What a-
everybody, like Cyril doesn't make it. Deidre's gone.
What a bold move.
Bix
that
is
was.
gone. The only people left are Andor and the rest of the rebellion.
Melshi.
Yeah.
Those are the only two
geez.
that we know make it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody survives except for Andor.
Saw Guerrero's there.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, we do know Saw still
Yeah.
alive for a while.
It's sketchy. So we got Duke said his mom isn't dead. Is my prediction. That's what I was thinking, Duke. Actually, I wondered if it was a bait and
like it was
switch.
a cover up.
Where'd you pull that one out of?
We never saw her.
if-
Anytime
if-
you don't see her, it's
If
like
it's
Marvel.
an uprising on Ferrex and they're doing it, man, that seems like a pretty 40 chess move though on them.
I don't know about that one.
And then we got Frederick Rourke. Another person here says, "Will Cyril 180 and join the rebels?"
That's what.
Yeah,
It
see,
could
he
go
might.
that way.
He might
That's
do
Dustin
that.
be
Thanks for the
saying.
comment. Thank you
Thanks
for
for the
comments,
comment, both of
everybody.
you.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Cyril is interest. People are interested in Cyril's arc.
Right. What are you doing?
I'm coming.
Knock it off.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Ooh. It's all wavy and stuff.
Move quickly. Move quickly.
Oh man,
It's only
people
on this
joining are
one.
like, "What did we get into?"
Right. They're like,
Sorry
"What
about
is
that.
this?"
Scotty.
What channel
Technical
is this?
difficulties.
No, but
Sorry, we're looking for a replacement for him anyway.
yeah, thanks.
We're in
He
the
was
contract. mix.
semi-fired. He's temporarily still the host.
Yeah.
I just host for fun.
No, but anyway.
Line?
Yeah, no, he could totally do a 180. That's the fun thing about this episode is I don't know for
Yeah.
sure.
Well,
Until
see,
we
yeah,
see
he's
what
just-
happens.
Like I said, he's already going rogue in this episode, so it's not a far fetch to say he could probably join the rebellion.
Once you
Right.
steal your mom's credit card,
Yeah, there's no turning back.
take a goodie, but take her goodie bag
Dude,
of cereal with you.
That's what it should have showed. It should have showed him grabbing the cereal box and leaving with the blue milk.
No,
He's like,
I-
I
what
need,
would have been
I need some
better-
road food.
Yes.
I
He's
wish
just
the
like-
mom would have been in on it.
Yeah,
She'd
he's
be
just
like, "Honey, but make sure you take your medicine at night
Right.
before you go. Here's
Right.
your bag." You know.
Oh my gosh.
She's like,
Don't forget to. What's that movie? Sasquatch Gang when he's talking about.
Yep.
Oh, I know, but you got squirty dumplings too.
Right? What's Purell? It
When
gives
his-
you squirty
Because his
dumpling.
mom.
Shut up, Hobie.
Doesn't his mom say that in the
Yeah.
background to him?
Yeah.
I put some Purell.
I do know that
in
reference.
her tea or something. He's like, Mom, be quiet.
Yeah.
And he's like, what's Purell? He's like, it
Yeah.
gives you squirty dumplings. He's like, shut up, Hobie.
Duke
How
said
do you
to
know
add
you
the
use it too?
conversation.
I don't know.
Sasquatch.
Sorry, go ahead, Dave.
Duke said in response, maybe Cyril will see what the Empire is capable of on Ferrex and
Yeah.
180 after realizing his fanboy image of the Empire is wrong.
That
Yeah.
could be. Yeah, definitely.
It'd have to be pretty dark, though, I would say.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the fascinating thing.
Or maybe, what if they torture him?
They take him and torture him.
Yeah, because they think he's a
Double agent.
rebel spy or
Ooh.
something.
Yeah. could
And then
be.
that's what sets him off.
He's
they
like,
didn't
"Hey,
touch
I'm
upon
good."
the
That's
rebel
true.
spy in this one. I mean, they didn't actually show him anyway.
Right.
I think to turn Cyril good, you're going to need a good old-fashioned Luthen monologue.
Yeah, exactly. He starts monologuing.
That's monologue.
I mean,
my
because
God.
clearly when Deidre says she's not into him, that just makes him want to be with her in the ISB even more. So it can't.
She's clearly into him.
That was such a creepy
Right?
but awesome scene.
Right?
Are you stalking me?
So many
Are you
ideas.
stalking? The point that he admitted, like, sometimes
He's like,
I wait out here.
He's like, sometimes I
just wait
just wait to see you.
I was like,
All right.
Yeah, he's
I got-
stalking you.
Funny comment from Frederick again. Palpatine is actually Cyril's mother apprentice. Cyril's mother's apprentice.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
So she's Darth Plagueis.
Yeah, she's Darth Plagueis. She's a shapeshifter.
You ever heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis?
Plagueis
the
wise.
Wise?
We know she is the Sith Queen, he said.
Yes.
And then Duke said, "Ooh, wrong place, wrong time," and Deidre throws him under the bus.
Yep.
He gets sent to the prison.
That is so good.
Oh.
If they do that, I will laugh so I'll
be
it's
like,
the dumbest
wow.
thing, but I will laugh
This
so
is
hard that it'll
great.
be worth it for
Right?
sure.
Yeah.
Then that's what turns it into The Office,
Yep.
the sitcom. Oh my
man.
goodness!
But yeah, the end of this next episode, I think it's going to be the start of the rebellion.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something like that. I think this is gonna. I wonder if the next episode is just gonna be called Catalyst.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
Saw already said, "Call it what you want." He's like, "Call it war."
Oh, it could be that.
War. It's called War.
The next episode's gonna be called War. If we get that right, have they already come out with that? I don't know if they've
Right.
come out with the title.
It's
name.
either that or all roads lead to something. It's got to be that. All roads lead to something.
Battle of Ferrix.
All roads lead to war, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
All roads lead to Ferrix.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so much that could happen. It's fascinating, and we cannot wait to review more with you next week.
All right.
We do.
Duke just said one last comment, and then maybe we'll play the video. But he
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
Cyril can't swim.
Cyril can't swim.
Take him to a water planet and throw him off
Funny
the
'cause
edge.
it actually ties into the video, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
Speaking of which, thank you, Duke. Man,
Yeah.
you guys have
Good
been on
segue.
fire.
You're
Good
on.
segue.
You're on.
You're on it.
All right. Kino Loy, which we were talking about earlier, they did not touch about that prediction. Do you think he's going to be in the last episode? Kino Loy.
I don't think so.
He's the only character we didn't see from you know previous.
I think he's gonna. He might show up in the next season.
I
would
think
say.
they put him in their back pocket. I think that's
Yeah.
why they didn't show his outcome, because they wanted to see fans' reactions, and I think they wanted to see. And I think because people loved it so much, I think they're going to bring it back for season 2.
Yeah.
But I think it was up in the air until people saw it.
Yep.
I don't know. That's just my idea.
Same here. We like Cyril. Maybe people don't like the videos or Cyril.
Kino.
Circus.
Circus.
It's
Circus
all
Cyril
confusing.
Kino.
And then Duke said, but in all seriousness, super excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
We
are
are.
too, man. Thanks
Pumped.
for.
Episode 12 is
be
going to be
great.
off the chain. Is it literally next week, the day before Thanksgiving? Or is it like after, like on Friday or something
I
weird?
don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't even look. I think it's.
I think it's the day before
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Well, while we're looking that up, why don't we play
Yeah.
the special Can't Swim
man.
episode
yeah,
tonight?
It's so
it's
funny.
great.
All right, enjoy
Love it.
this. We'll be right back.
Hey, Mr. Grumpy Gills.
My name is Kino Loy. I'm the day shift manager on level 5.
When life gets you down, you know what you gotta
I
do?
don't want to know what you gotta do.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim, swim.
Reno singing.
Oh, I love to swim. When you want to swim, you want.
See, I'm gonna get stuck now with that song. Now it's in my head.
Sorry.
All right, well, we're back.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
We had some technical difficulties there. But it's a hilarious video. We got that up on our channel, so go check that one out. It practically writes itself.
It does.
In-
All this stuff writes
Yes,
itself.
it does. That's a classic Nick line right there.
Yeah, Nick Line.
All right, well, let's rate this and get on out. I'm going to give this episode a 9.25
Yep. Same.
because it's not quite as good as last episode, which was 9.5
Yep.
for me.
It went down a little bit.
I don't know.
Last
still
week's
solid.
episode could be 10 if the next episode doesn't,
Yeah.
retroactively.
Exactly.
All right, what'd you
I
think?
agree. 9.25.
9.25.
Went down a little bit, but it's still a solid episode.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Oh,
last
we didn't even
week?
touch upon something, but we'll
I think
we'll
you
do it
said 9. Did you
Did
say
I say
9.75?
7.5?
I think
Did you
said
go
9
that high?
7.5?
I think you said
9.75.
9.75.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Matt-
go with a 9.35.
3.5.
Whoa.
That's
Wow.
what is that in fraction?
It's a septagon.
It's a
doesn't matter.
septagon.
It's a
It's a
heptaseptagon.
septaheptagon.
Quadrilogon.
All right, Dan, what'd you think?
Quadrilogue.
Give us your hot take.
I'd go 9 1/4. 9 1/4.
Just say me and Nick then.
Yeah.
Me
Is
and
that
Nick?
what you guys said?
Well,
Yep.
you said it cooler, I
No.
guess.
9 1/4.
Oh.
9.25 is.
Did you guys say it that cool?
It's
No, we
decimals
didn't.
versus
We said
fractions.
9.25, and you said
Yeah.
9
I think the last week I gave a 9.5, so 9 1/4.
Yeah.
No,
we
last
we all
year-
went down a little bit.
And
Yeah,
last
I
week
messed
might
it up.
might have been the
Yeah.
10. It might have been 10. Episode 10 was a 10.
10 was a
Yeah.
10.
But I
Yeah,
think
I think it
12
might-
has a chance to be 12.
I think last week's
Yeah.
episode was probably going to be the best of the series, unless they can pull out all the stops in this last
Well,
episode.
dude,
It's just
There's
banger.
going to be some
Did
good.
we look up the?
There's going to be some good action in that episode. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I think there's going to be some fantastic action in this one.
We
I
need some
hope so.
dialogue.
It's gonna
though.
be great.
they got to use those X-wings that Saw has.
Ooh.
I want to see some X-wing action.
I do want to see some X-wing
Whoa!
action and the whole crowd.
Are they going to crash in
Yeah.
on the funeral?
Ooh.
Funeral crash.
Instead, all of a sudden, they're going to get word. They'll be like, reroute.
Yeah, let's
Saw
go to
Saw-
Ferrix. They're fighting, and then they're
'Cause-
going to show up.
Because clearly Krieger hasn't died yet.
Yeah, that's
No.
probably going to be. I wonder if they're going to show the whole Krieger thing. That would be
Maybe.
fascinating. Or
Maybe
if it,
they should
like,
just call
weaves
off.
together.
They should
Yeah, do
call
you
off
think-
Krieger.
Do you think Saw's going to warn Krieger?
I wonder. That was the only thing we didn't talk about, and I thought was very fascinating.
Yeah, that whole scene with him.
We can't go into it. We're out of time, but
Yeah.
that was a really well done sequence showing, man, how he's so.
It plays into Saw's paranoia.
Yeah, it does so
Yeah.
well. That was
Yeah.
genius writing right there.
Yeah.
All right, sorry. So we all rated it 9.25, 9 1/4 for all of us except for Matt. Matt was
Matt
9
threw a wrench into it.
9.35.
which is a 9 and a.
I threw you guys a curve.
I don't know what.
Fractions are hard.
5 out of 4 people have a problem with fractions.
Fractions.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in with us, everybody.
Yeah.
Next Wednesday, we're going to be back for the last episode. We can't wait to see you all there.
Yeah.
Joining in, Duke.
Duke said, "Why is this depressingly motivational?" I think he was talking about the short itself, and then
All
Carla
right.
said, "This is a great short."
It is.
That is so
Just-
great.
It is
When
depressing.
somebody
It
says
was.
they can't swimming.
It's like nightmare fuel.
It was. It
for
was
people
so.
who can't swim.
It was hilarious and like depressing at the same time. I don't
Yeah.
even know how you did that, Dan, but that was epic. Great job.
Dan
All right,
knows a thing or two because he's seen a thing or two.
Yeah, next week we're gonna be going live around 7 or 8. So be back then, man. We are gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna pull out all the stops. It's gonna be hilarious.
Pull out
It's
all
gonna
the
be fun.
stops.
We hope this.
I hope this
season
episode
ends.
doesn't suck.
No, I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be a good. The show's been so good up to this point. I can't imagine them fumbling it. at
Yeah,
this
I don't
point.
think they will.
The only way I think they could fumble it is if they just only tease the last episode for season 2. If
Yep.
you leave it that way, I'm not going to be very happy because
Yep.
that's a long wait.
Yeah.
You got to deliver.
If
They've
let's just
delivered
say,
on so many things.
if
though,
they
so.
keep the same level that they've been at, we're going to be jumping off the roof because all these roads
Yes.
are going to lead to war, and that's going to be the end of it.
yeah, I'm already excited for
Wait,
season
why are we
2.
jumping off the roof?
I don't
It's
know.
fun. That sounds hurtful.
There's snow on the ground.
Oh, there
Why
is
not?
Snow on the ground.
We're on Hoth
We're
now,
on Hoth
people.
now.
Hoth
people.
has returned.
Hoth has returned.
Duke said last comment, great show, guys. See you guys next week if you go live. Boom.
Yeah,
We
see
will
you
be
later.
Did we
live.
say when is it? Is it next Wednesday?
I hope
All right, so next Wednesday we'll be live,
Next
man,
we-day.
and we'll
Wednesday.
we'll chat it up.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
all of you. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. All right, everybody.
Yeah.
On program. The end.